Alright, it's time for another Zac game. The last one was like a couple months ago, but which one? So, I actually found a reason to pick Zac, like justifying him in the game. Voice 2. Point is, like, I actually posted on Facebook and Twitter, I'm like, what situations would you find yourself picking Zac? Like, when could you justify him? Everybody knows he's a good disruptor, and I figured, you know what, disruption would be his ideal time, but there's a lot of other champions that do the same thing. Most notably, Cho'Gath. The enemy team picked Katarina, Karma, and Jinx, someone Cho'Gath could actually do well against. You know, a silence would destroy all those champions. But my team lacked severe initiation from the first two picks already, and I couldn't trust my team to even pick initiation. So, we needed disruption and initiation power, and Zac covered both of them. So, you know, Zac is good against Katarina, and by extent, probably Karma. Not as amazingly powerful as a Cho'Gath would be, but, you know, we need it. But it was justifiable. Now, straight away, you can see that my team, all of them, died for one kill each before 4 minutes in, and I'm the only one who gets a kill on my team. So, shit's bad already. And I kid you not, they're already blaming the jungler. I won't point fingers at who, top lane. So, yeah, stuff is bad. They're gonna spam pings and they're gonna do whatever. So it's up to me to use one of the junglers who's notorious for being unable to actually carry on his own to, you know, carry. And what I mean by that is Zac is, like, ever since his nerf, cannot carry worth a shit. He helps his teammates carry by setting up situations for them and, you know, team fights, ganks, or whatever, but it's up to them to pretty much pick up the slack. So, if anything, I have to pretty much bring back the morale of my team. And bottom lane, their morale's back up because we already just got a kill. And we got a kill, and they pretty much solidified the lane. They kind of made it even once again. Mid lane, Tryndamere and Katarina. Tryndamere, I don't think he has a worry ever, and that was a terrible stink shot by the way. I don't think Tryndamere has any worry because even if he loses right now, he could farm all day and be strong. Jax is the one who's getting his ass kicked, and he is complaining in chat about Karma. Karma's overpowered. Karma's annoying. It's like, you picked a Jax into the Karma. It's your own fault. Well, here, Katarina jumps into the Tryndamere, and he gets the kill, surprisingly, I guess, by Ignite. So, it's actually what I would rather prefer. I'd rather feed the Tryndamere than myself. So, as you can see, one of the powers of Zac is his ridiculous mobility. I can jump from camp to camp, from area to area, and start killing everybody. However, you know, my teammates estimate some of the power that Zac has. Early game, his damage is actually pretty high, so... like, they really shouldn't be afraid of allowing me to fight things. His damage is high in sustained fights, but in a fight where, you know, it's supposed to end real quickly, it's not exactly the case. In this case, Katarina gets help from Shen. If she didn't, she would have died. Alright, so go back, continuously farm, building the usual tank items. I had an idea of maybe going Spirit of the Spectral Wraith and going Magic Pen and dealing some damage because we had a Leona and try to bursting everybody down. But the fact that early on into the game, my teammates all systematically died and continue to die, I figure I need to go tank in order, you know, to actually contribute to the team and survive and give some kind of meat shield in the front. My team has died 9 times, and we've only gotten 4 kills. Farm-wise, they're also losing. Jax, as you can see, is pretty much being made Karma's bitch. He could have itemized it a little bit better. But he did get a Hex Trinket, which is smart, but he could have gone the Vampiric Scepter with that other, whatever they call it, the Superman Grey Cape. That's the thing I call because I keep forgetting his goddamn name. He could have bought that and just try to tank things out. Or, you know, just stop trying to face check her Q, which a lot of melee players tend to do. There, my slingshot, I pretty much aimed it the wrong direction, and I couldn't get it as close to her as I wanted to, so I kind of just shot it to the left. Still, it didn't matter. We got 2 kills out of that, and now Katarina's pretty much stuck. Katarina does get the Leona, but I flash forward and kill her, and I get my passive popped. With the passive, of course, is survive, which is another strength of Zac. Tower diving is easy on him because he has a built-in Guardian Angel. or, early on fights, you can be pretty much reckless, because even if they kill you, like if they pop your passive and then they're trying to finish you off, they still have to pretty much kill you again, like in the passive form, which means they're standing there tanking whatever other characters are blasting away at them and probably getting themselves killed. However, you can see we're closing in the gap. We have only slight difference in gold, though of course you wouldn't be able to know that in a real game. And our kills are going in. Our kills are poor, but we got 2 kills on Lucian and Tryndamere. Most of the kills are on me, which is actually really bad. We jump in on on Jinx, and then Leona jumps in on Jinx as well, and we get an easy kill. After that, we really can't progress any further, so we end up going back. Yeah, I have 4 kills on Zac, but the fact that I'm going tank is actually really bad. That means those kills are not being used to the fullest potential they can do in order to win fights. As I already told you, Zac really can't win, isn't really good at murdering things or carrying things. So I'm forced to be building tank. And by tank, I obviously don't have much damage. Here I have a pretty shitty initiation, and I use my ultimate instead of my E, because I fucking fat-fingered it. However, pretty much the enemy team, I guess, gets slowed down and doesn't run off properly, and they get pretty much slaughtered by Tryndamere and Lucian. So 3 more kills go into the appropriate teammates, and holy hell, does that allow them to just start rampaging. Morale is obviously back up. The Jax has stopped crying like a bitch, so that will allow us to, carry them a little bit more. I can't take all the credit for this, though. The Tryndamere, while he was an asshole at first, I think he was, actually apologized and defended the rest of the teammates, telling the Jax to, calm down and let's try to win this. Here's going to be a really sad thing. I get very desperate. I'm like, holy crap, it's almost going to pop. So I try to slingshot from all the way over there, trying to see if I can get into the little narrow wall. And nope, it didn't. Still, my team fought them off, and the Baron guy was safe. So I was like, I'm late to the fight to contribute anything useful, except, I guess, killing this this Karma. So, Puncher, CC here, do everything. As you see, I just don't have any fucking damage as Zac. Yeah, I know I maxed out my W second, but that's because I thought most of the fights are going to be in a big old fucking cluster. But in most cases, you'll level up his E first for the range, and you keep your W at like either 2 or 3 for clearing speed and some damage, but you'll max out your Q second usually. In this case, like I said, I maxed out my W second because I thought most fights were just going to be a giant glob of death. Anyways, go back by Spirit Visage, obviously, for the survivability and such. And then the other item, it was looking to be a Sunfire Cape, just so I can have some more damage when I jump into the fray. In another case, if I wanted to go actual damage, given what Zac does, obviously go Magic Pen. Haunting Guise, Sorcerer's Boots, Abyssal Scepter, and eventually a Leandries, which is not the best item on him, so you might not even want to buy it at all. But, there's not really much other choices you can buy on someone like Zac that you want to be able to do damage. I guess maybe Void Staff. Lich Bane is not actually even good on him, so why even bother? So nonetheless, obviously, the lead has switched to us, and you can pretty much tell we're going to end up winning this. Inhibitor goes down. We don't really need to go back because, all my champions are pretty sustained. Lucian has, Blade of the Rune King for some reason, and it can sustain himself just by shooting things. We kill Katarina, we kill Shen, we kill Jinx, and of course, it just means the rest of the towers are going to fall with no contest. The Nexus falls, the Nexus Tower falls, the next Nexus Tower falls as well, and yeah, the victory is pretty much solidified. So as you can see, Zac worked as a substitute for a Disruptor champion. Even though he's weaker than like a Cho'Gath or like a Malphite at that, he still has his awesome initiation power. So I sacrificed some disruption power to gain some awesome initiating power because my team is severely lacked it, and I guess that's when you can justify Zac. Plus, he's also a pretty safe jungler, so hooray for Zac and hooray for my team. Yay, we won.